Pinkalicious and the Pink Hat Parade by Victoria Kann. Please subscribe, like and watch until the end where a surprise is waiting for you. Thank you. I was eating my breakfast of pink pancakes with peaches when Mummy walked into the kitchen. "Guess what, you two?" she said to me and Peter. "It's almost time for your favorite day ever." "My birthday?" said Peter. "National Pink Day?" I said. "No," said Mummy. "The Spring Fling. The fun starts tomorrow." "Yes," we exclaimed. The Spring Fling was our neighborhood party. The best part was the hat parade and contest. Every year I make a Pinkatastic hat and dress up in pink to show it off. "This year my hat is going to win the grand prize," said Peter. Peter gobbled up the rest of his breakfast and ran over to Mummy to whisper something in her ear. "Okay," she said, "but not too many." In a flash, Peter grabbed something from the kitchen cabinet. It's a good thing I was paying attention, because I almost missed that he took with him a bag of chocolate candy. I guess he needed something sweet to munch on as we worked. I helped myself to a piece of chocolate too. When I got back to my room, I grabbed my pink pen and got to work. By that afternoon, my room was a huge mess. I carefully glued flowers and butterflies onto my hat. Then I made a sash that said, "Pink is perfect." It looked Pinkatastic. I went over to Peter's room to see what he was doing. "Peter is still working on his hat, Pinkalicious," said Mummy. "In fact, Daddy just went out to get him a few more bags of chocolate." "A few more bags?" I knew Peter liked chocolate, but this was getting ridiculous. That night at dinner, Peter came into the kitchen, looking tired, but with a huge smile on his face. "I finished my hat," he said proudly. "It's so sweet. I'm definitely going to win the contest tomorrow." "That's what you think," I said. But Peter wasn't listening. He had a funny look on his face, and I could tell he was imagining himself taking home the big prize. The next morning I put on my pinkest dress. Peter and I rushed through breakfast and grabbed our hat boxes. We stepped out the door and into a roaring block party. Our neighborhood was transformed. Everything looked amazing in the bright sunlight. "Let's hurry, Pinkalicious," said Peter, grabbing my hand. "The parade is going to start any minute." We dodged past a boy with a balloon and swerved around the cotton candy machine. By the time we got to the spot where everyone was lining up, I was hot and thirsty. It was finally time for the parade. I took my hat out of the box and put it on right away. The beautiful paper flowers and butterflies I had made sparkled in the sunlight. "Peter," I said, "don't I look perfectly pink?" Peter didn't answer. He was too busy trying to get his head out of the box. "Help me, Pinkalicious," he cried. My head is stuck. I reached into the box to pull out the head when my hand felt something sticky. Peter, I cried, what is this stuff? We tugged and tugged and tugged. When the head finally came out of the box, I couldn't believe my eyes. My brother had made his head entirely out of chocolate. Come on, Pinkalicious, Peter grinned, holding his creation proudly. He wiped away a bit of melted chocolate as he put the head on his head. Let's go. As we marched through the neighborhood, I walked proudly in my Pinkatastic head. It was the prettiest head in the whole parade. Walking was a little tricky, because I also had to make sure I didn't step in little pools of mud that lay in the path in front of me. That's weird, I said. How come it's so muddy on such a hot day? That's when I realized what was going on. The little pools on the path were not made out of mud. They were made out of chocolate. Oh no, I cried. Peter's head was melting in the sun. By the end of the parade, Peter was covered in chocolate. You look like a chocolate monster, I said, giggling. Peter wasn't laughing, though he looked like he was ready to cry. This was such a bad idea, he sniffled. Let's go home. We were about to turn around and leave when we heard the parade announcer clear his throat. This year's winner for Best Head is Pinkalicious, he said. The crowd cheered. I smiled shyly as I went to get my trophy. I was happy to win because I had worked hard on my head, but I knew someone who had worked even harder. Here, Peter, I said, giving him the trophy. I think you deserve this. Really? Said Peter. Why? Your head might not have turned out the way you wanted it to, I said. But it was special, it was original. Most of all, it was definitely chocolicious. Enjoy my new series Oliver and Jumpy. 19 video books with about 500 pictures. There is text, but I also read it aloud for the younger children. I have written 65 stories and had them illustrated at great cost for your children's fun. Oliver is an elegant tomcat and Jumpy is his lady friend. Oliver loves to ride in Jumpy's pouch when they go for adventures together. Please find a link to the first book in the description of this video. Please always subscribe and like if you find my effort interesting. Thank you so much.